I love Deepwoken, I really do, but two things for seemingly no reason got nerfed into the ground and we didn't know anything about it. This last week, everybody has been complaining about the lose your mind and unfazed nerf, but that's not what I'm going to be talking about. Something else was hit, and I don't really know why. Recently, I talked about the Gremorian Longspear and how this slept-on weapon can be put to good use. If used normally, it's pretty underpowered with its unconventional crit and low stats, but if paired correctly with the right mantra, you could basically move stack this critical while throwing out a mantra. This would start combos and keep you safe, but it wouldn't work unless the enemy rushed into you blindly. Again, the people that normally use this weapon are bored players using a weaker weapon just to have fun. It's nothing crazy. What the dev team did was delete this weapon's relevance without giving it any sort of buff. Basically, this move stack tech was removed entirely, leaving players vulnerable with their crit that's hardly worth the risk. Before, you could use this weapon effectively with other mantras, but now it's just super clunky. Now I'm forced to pull somebody in and stare at them while they block my predictable crit. Like, you pull them in and you're stunned. You have to wait a bit. I guess the other three people and I who use the Gremorian Longspear will be crying forever, but that's not all. Remember how I was talking so much about Stormbreaker and one of the devs even said it was a direct upgrade to Storm? Well, that enchant got the same exact treatment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can move stack this critical attack with mantras to keep yourself protected and push enemies away. It was exactly the same as Gremorian Longspear. For both of these things, this really was not too much of a problem unless players rushed you blindly. It's a weird thing to change, and I'm pretty sure both casual players and competitive players were not complaining about Stormbreaker and the spear regardless. What's funny to me is that move stacking with enchants and certain weapons are considered a bug or a glitch, but Providence Draw, a mantra, has been ridiculous for weeks. On the other hand, this mantra is problematic, it's been complained about, it's even been tweaked, but instead the other things are nerfed. I'm kind of sad about both of these changes because they were not solid weapons. Like this enchant, this weapon, they were not top tier, but it was just what made it unique. I don't mean to be negative about this balance patch, but I will say I'm disappointed I can't really use these additions effectively. One thing we should be asking for in this situation is full balancing transparency. I understand why secret content is left out of update patch notes, but nothing was said about these nerfs, at least this week. Over the past months, I have seen improvement with patch notes and talent descriptions, but for most of these videos, I have to ask testers for simple things like what's considered a status effect, or what's the damage buff for these bullets, or whatever. Everybody can test everything in game, but it's just not as specific. In my opinion, every change to damage values or resistances should be put in patch notes for everybody to see. Please, no more shadow nerfs or buffs to things that are not game breaking. At least just tell us. That's all for now, but I'm kind of disappointed I cannot really use these weapons. Anyway, all we can do is ask for these changes and accept the nerfs that have already went through. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe because we're almost at 50,000 subscribers. Have a good one.